Wow, that was super fun. Backups, backups. Ooh. The cool thing about Proxmox backup server is it tells you the estimated fold. Now, the first backups are going to be really huge, and then after that, it's going to kind of chill. And it's going to take the longest. I am using ZFS as my RAID system. I can back this up to a S3 endpoint, bucket for Badillo Onion versus EP sites. True. Now, 8 terabytes. I lost 8 terabytes to just fucking mirroring. I think it's good to do some form of like ZFS, especially if you're gonna write and read a lot of stuff to your disk. I would have preferred to have all 16 terabytes, but at worst, I'll be fine. But it's got a lot of information. So I could set up a webhook. For like, I could set up a webhook for Discord to notify me for stuff like that, or I could use GoFi, like my own notification service. Then your certificates, your S3 endpoints. Administration tools are pretty nice. This shows me a lot. Like my memory usage, my services, updates, repositories. My update been compiling for like 2 hours. RIP. And then I can keep adding data source. So this is kind of the really good thing about Proxmox backup server. For Proxmox, it's really amazing. 32. I got 30 gigs of RAM. It's kind of overkill. And then I got this in a ZFS pool, and then I got some swap that I should have set up. Maybe I'll do that later. I can put my notes in here. And then on Proxmox, I still have that set up. Not much with Tectonium. And then the cool thing is with this, I can run jobs. And then replications, my storage is kind of good. I have a good amount of, it's 116 packages, but right now I'm through like 74, currently compiling the kernel source 6.18.2. Oh, nice. That reminds me, I need to update my shit later. But after I add once I get 2 more nodes, I'm going to go over to Ceph for mega redundancy. I wish I had an actual place I could like put like a server, like an S3 bucket, like just pay someone to. The problem with co-location servers is they're fucking. Is co-location services are fucking expensive. But it's cool because it's actually redundant. And I don't have like anything big that I could send where it would be worth it. What's the cheapest one? I think it's Joe's. Serve Pronto offers a 1U co-location at $50 a month with data centers in Miami, Florida, Phoenix, Arizona. Oh, nice. I mean, $50 isn't terrible. For example, Dallas has some of the lowest power rates. Oh, location specifically priced to okay. I'd be pissed to send them. And it would really just be for, oh god, it's Clang being compiled. Oh, that's funny. I will say that it would be nice to have a place for like S3 where I could check out Garage. Garage is like an S3 bucket platform. It seems like there's some decent options. I've considered it though. You should, Billy. You should get a co-locate. You should get a VPS so that you can run. Wait, why aren't you running Gen 2 servers to help with your compiling? That's the real question. That's the Giga Chad, is to have multiple PCs to compile together. And then run your own local repo. Reveal.js. But then there's, oh god, Mux. Which one was that? E. $129. Gotcha. So this will be. This is the what I want to be. Configure Proxmox virtual environment. One, 3, 5. Finger. Where did I find that? Computers are expensive nowadays. Just get more money, man. Just have 6 jobs. Why don't you have 6 jobs at? Where's the certificates at? Certificates. Ooh. I forgot what that was. Fabrics? Firewall. Where is my certificates? Maybe it's down here. DNet? There we go. There we go. The cool thing is this will bring in my configurations. Or not. Let's see, where is my backup node? Might take a minute. Nope. The fuck did my backup go? Has the retard's YouTube delay increased? Yeah, probably. Okay. What the fuck? Maybe I can't hit enter. Okay, guys, don't hit enter. The could not log in authentication failed. Maybe it's. Oh, that's what it is. It's gotta be it. Huh. Ooh. Where's the API token? Maybe that's what I need. Ooh, yeah, I need to set up my NTP server too. Chat delay might be bigger. Probably. Configuration, access control, API token. Huh. Maybe? Ah, okay. Thank you, API tokens. Failed to reach all remotes. Damn it! No thank you, API tokens. Let's try this. 35. 8006. Okay. I'm gonna go like really early this stream. See ya. Later, Billy. Appreciate you stopping by. Maybe I have to rewatch how this works. Oh, maybe it's HTTPS. I have to add that. Or maybe I need to give them the SSL pin. Oh, okay. Define a set of addresses that Proxmox editors can reach user vigilance. Fingerprints are only required for untrusted certificates. Okay. Yep, that looks good. And then PV2, PV3. Okay, nice. Seems like it's always the certificates. Huh? Maybe? Maybe get this working? Wow. Maybe I should rewatch how to set this up. Maybe it's this one. That would make the most sense. Yeah. What's up, South Pray Tony? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, that's what I need to do. Damn. Who invented fingerprinting and how can I show that I hate them? Maybe if I do 129.68.1.3536, and then 378006. Whether the fingerprint matches the certificate. Open SSL. Oh, okay, maybe. Let's go here. SSL. Okay, so the Prem SSL. I think we're good now. I am. Thank you. I hope is well. Appreciate it. Thank you. Maybe if I go. Okay, so PV2. This is PV2 maybe. And then possibly I think I did it in order. No, I can just swap them. Is this done being a bitch? Failed to reach one of two. Okay, 3 nodes online. It says failed to reach one of two, which... Oh, okay. API error. So what I can do is delete this. All right. I think I need, for this backup, I believe I need the certificate of the SSL. But it's not giving me... Permission check failed. Oh, that's probably what it is. Okay. Okay. Oh, let's see. 192.168.1.169.8007. Okay. Maybe I will... The fuck is that? That's the weirdest shit. Okay, we'll do that. And then... Damn. Okay, so it looks like I can do this. Yeah. I kind of like that it does, I don't like that it doesn't highlight what you're clicking on. That's kind of a little concerning. We're going to add Proxmox backup server 192.168.1.169. Okay. And then maybe a little bit of that. Server certificate. This should be it. I wonder where the next login and create token. Prop my backup server. At PBS. The realm should be this authentication server. API cannot login authenticate. Maybe if I do root. It's these damn APIs, man. Where's he using? Is he using PAM? If he's using PAM, I'm going to be pissed. Okay. The crazy thing is access control, API token. I'm going to have to remove this. Oh no, I can regenerate secret. It's kind of nice. And then this. Motherfucker. PBS 6666 69. Still failed? Damn. Maybe I need change realms. Linux. Oh, that's what it is. It's using fucking PAM. What kind of crack is that? Motherfucker right here. API status error, so let's edit that. Remotes. Edit. Endpoints there. Okay. Let's remove. Yes, let's add. One six nine. Okay. Hit next. Fed 12 and PBS. Why is it saying that paint not working though? Authentication failed. What if I do root? Cannot log in authentication. What the fuck? Oh, that's it. That's not it. What if I change that to HTTPS? I wonder. Username? Okay, this is using PBS. And yeah, approximate. Yeah. It should be 0 authentication failure. Huh. Okay. Let's see for the endpoint though. The API endpoint. Permissions are straight. Oh yeah, API token. What if I regenerate the secret? It's so weird. I'm going to close that out. I'm going to look at show permissions. Maybe it's a permissions thing. Oh. Maybe I need to do an ATI permission. All right, cool. Well, those are fucking working. balls Linux, running a data center has to be a pain. It is. It is. It is not fun. Balls Linux. True. The biggest headache is trying to figure out. I'll even say that a lot of it is kind of like a headache to set up at first, but once you kind of get it going, you're pretty good. Let me see. I just want the data set so I don't have to keep going into 16 tabs to get to shit work. To be completely honest, and I want a dashboard to make everything super clean. That's the only thing I don't like is in the beginning the management is kind of ass. But Proxmox, besides that, Proxmox backup server, fucking amazing. So my backup was 4 gigs. Now after that, I can do task. Remotes. Maybe I can do it in remote. I'll have to watch that. And then task. Like, back up all this is my server status. So the lower the data store, the better. So I can do jobs, sync jobs. I have to really add a pull sync job, local namespace, resource remote. Where it pulls and does snapshots constantly. Now the benefit is, as long as you have like a really good backup, you're kind of solid with your containers. But once Proxmox's data center is up and running, it's kind of nice. So with Uptime Kuma, I could set up like kind of like my own backup section, like my own like notifications that I get, which I do hook it to like Discord, and that Discord tells me like, hey, this failed, or like this is down. It's kind of like this is down, this failed. So once these are backed up, I'm going to keep adding services. The more I add services, the more I'll figure out the linking of that and the Proxmox data server. That's kind of the benefit, is I can keep adding and growing this cluster. Like I do want to check out like a Kubernetes option 2 at some point. once I can figure out how to get traffic working, traffic's really good for Docker and like Kubernetes in general. There's another. I would really just use Kubernetes for something very esoteric, like something that like I can't have down. Like I want minimal downtime. So we're gonna open up the console again. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Wow, some glowing stack. We're gonna look up 4GL. That's what's using 3000. Maybe that's why. So I was trying to set up LinkedIn. 252. There we go. And I'm like, what port is fucking using 3000? Like the 3000 port. I couldn't figure it out. So we're going to do, I think we're in this repository anyways. Print working directory. Okay. Maybe, I hate that. Let's go here. Git clone. Oh yeah, I gotta do sudo. Wait, do as. We're do as users now. Okay, the license in here is, so I'm gonna do, I'm gonna move dstack to my wife left me for grok code NSFW uncensored. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Okay, so now my dstack is there. I think I gotta do. I can't remember the git commands. Linux users don't have wives, though. No, we're gonna do git. I gotta do a git in it. Gotta do a sudo git. Do as. I do a commit. Dstack. Going stack. Okay. And then what was the other command? It was like get something to see like your. I think it was like to see. Your status. Fuck. Maybe a git push will. Tag you. Is it there yet? No. Do you have to do a sudo? Ah, there we go. Let's see. Git push tech u. Where's the D stack? Your commit message push your chip. Push your urgent main, where you sets the upstream branch when using HTTPS. Damn. Oh, maybe I gotta do git tech m big commit. Oh, I forgot the commit part. Huh. Big M, big commit. Oh, maybe I gotta do it actually. This in parentheses. There we go. Please tell me who you are. Oh, we gotta do a git config. I wonder how flat earthers think about using Git because there's the word global in it. Damn. How did I get this working last time? Did that? Yep, did that. Oh, that's what I need to do. Get status. Detect dubious ownership and repo. Ooh, that's what I need to do. Get config. I downloaded Cursor. I opened Cursor. I saw a login screen on Cursor. I deleted Cursor. I ran Z. Find my wife.js. Wife, come back to me. Cursor problems. Add safe dot. You know what's funny is I wanted to check out Gemini CLI. Okay, so I found out the problem. Huh. Everybody's up to dance. Nothing's added but use get add to track. Okay. Gemini fucking CLI, the API key hell. Fuck Google. Try Open Code CLI. It has a free Grok code fast 1 and its repository is good. CLI itself is amazingly functional. Yeah, the Gemini CLI just looked chill. Maybe that's what it was. I just want to look. Oh, fucker, why isn't this showing up? Alright, I'm just going to kill this repo. I guess I could just add the file. But what if? Can we delete? Delete. Actions. Issues. Pull request. Projects. Code. Merge. Settings. Delete this repository. Cursor seems okay, but I'm going to try that. I'm going to delete these entire stacks. So we're just gonna do what real administrators do is we delete stuff in production. Which is probably the best option that I could. Oh, nice. Uptime Kuma's working. I do want to see Portainer for a second. I will say that, where is it? Is it 232? It is. Portainer is probably one of the nicest Docker managements that you can get. That's just pretty chill. I need to back up my Portainers at some point. The crazy thing is this has link stack, but no link warden. I wonder if this is edasync. It's an open source file system indexer. Doesn't. Templates. Custom. The cool thing is I can actually add a repo from Portainer. Let's see, which one is this? 232. Big needs. I think this is the one I can't paste on. But if I go to console, big baller. just gonna make a quick file, mkdir, wink bros. And then damn it. What is this? 232. I think I already SSH'd into that. Yeah, it did. YML. Damn you. I fucking hate YAML files. I am using a 2. We'll just do 2002. Okay, 2002. Okay. Docker compose tag up. Wait, up tag D. The fuck is this? I'm wondering. That's possible. Oh, As a low peasant, I had to connect to GTP OSB to LA for Olama to OpenCLI to experience the luxurious feeling of OpenAI code to access it without an API key. It has no tooling for files. Zed works. Oh, nice. I will say that you can. I mean, you can run your local. You can run a local LLM. I have where it's not as like intensive. So it's not super. It's not super it's not super crazy intensive, but I mean that's how I run it. It's kind of like how I view it. I think that's probably the best way to do it, because I don't have to worry about like all these API keys and stuff. Like, I wonder if I can sync jobs. Because I'm already doing, I know I should be automating like 90% of this, but I'm already doing a ton, and I'm like, God, I don't want to fucking keep adding on to, I don't want to be a sysadmin in my house. But I do at the same time. Oh, I guess I could just. Oh. What if I do it like this? Huh. Oh, here it is. Okay. Huh, interesting. So that's kind of cooked on the database side. It's definitely not. Self-hosting isn't definitely as hard as everyone makes it out to be. It's just time-consuming in the beginning. That's all it is. You have to spend a lot of time in the beginning. And you gotta make sure you have good backups. So, database URL says the only thing I have to change is the next auth secret, Postgres password, and okay, so next auth secret. Double quotes. Motherfucker. Okay, so I was right. There you go. Ooh, environment. You may need to escape. There we go. Damn, I think I had to put that shit in double quotes if it wasn't working. Oh, Fed Big Baller. Yeah, when you have this much RAM, brother, it's ballin' time. I do run local LLM models in a sandboxed Ubuntu pod main container, GTP OS 2E to be very fast on CLA, like you said. Yeah, I mean, just from a privacy standpoint, it's probably the best option. So right now I'm running my own Libre speed because I want to be able to see my speeds as fast as possible. Damn, I fucking knew it. Let me do 2. There we go. Motherfucker be out here using there we go. Oh, that's what I gotta do. There we go. Maybe? No. I'll figure that out. At some point, I will figure it out. Do you guys know any privacy-oriented video call services? Fed 12. I just make everything easy in my home lab, dog. It's all behind a firewall, anyways. Privacy-oriented video call, Jitsi, because you can self-host it, and supports end-to-end encryption. I've used Jitsi a few times. I mean, technically Signal, but like if you want like an actual video calling service, Jitsi. It's probably what I would use. Huh. I'll have to think about how to get Link Warden working. The phrase should be wrapped in a single or double quotes if any special characters are used. Okay. Or whatever host name you deployed Link Warden in. Damn you, Forager. Forager? Let me kill that. Let me actually remove those. I need to figure out something to do with that. Damn, why did I have to use both have to use the port 3000? I'm gonna get some water. Holy balls. Be real. You've never been with anyone? True. I remember when the U.S. military was using Zoom for their calls. Yeah, that was retarded. No bedtime. They probably still do. But Zoom acquired Keybase for their encryption. How you encrypt a girlfriend is you teach her to use Signal. Don't even tell her. Tell her that Signal has emojis. They'll be sold. This is how you get your girlfriend to use end-to-end encryption. You tell them not only Signal has emojis, that Signal has stickers. Zoom even has damn built-in AI chatbot now. Whatever the fuck Zoom needs, LM is beyond me, but proves that it's unusable with talking to a human lady friend. So what should you want to do? Use Jitsi. Be based. Use Jitsi. I think Brave supports Jitsi as well. Wait, code. You said a lady wants to talk to you? It's a federal agent code. Don't lie. Don't be fooled. They're trying to get you to expose your Monero secrets. Women don't exist. Anytime a woman talks to me, I'm like, who sent you? What is your opinion about FreeBSD? I have 27 children. That'd be crazy. That sounds like actual hell. Having 27 children, I'd probably kill myself. Alright. Uptime Kuma, good. Discord, good. Whew. Self-hosting is the cure, though. Let's see. Backup good. Data store. And administration. Okay, cool. Notes, access control, certificates. Services, updates, repositories, syslog, task. Okay. Let's see. 4 backups. I need just to make sure that. Oh, Pam. All I need to know is my kernel version. No. I'll be using Proxmox backup server for a minute, so it's supposed to be very inexpensive to take on. In terms of like backups, it saves a ton of storage. Zoom still doesn't have a live Spanish to English translation during the live meetings. The fuck do you need to know Spanish for? How much Spanish do you... just learn Spanish at that point. It's probably, I think it's like one of the easiest language for native English speakers. No, I'm not going to stop streaming. I need to find a thing real quick. Oh, where the fuck is that thing? Oh. That's not it. Not the thing I'm looking for. Probably shouldn't have slept in Spanish class during high school. Yeah, you probably shouldn't have. You could then obtain thick Latinas. Is that what the internet wants? I feel like everything at this point needs a bottle opener attachment to it. I feel like I lose bottle openers left and right. But I have weird things that are like, hey, let's include a bottle opener. I'm going to do tour real quick as well. There we go, baby. Running your own DNS server is crazy. I know all the bad words and when they talk shit. But knowing the bad words doesn't really fucking matter if you think about it, because they can just say non-bad, like they can just avoid the bad words. And from what I understand, the Spanish is, damn it. Spanish is like one of the, like any language, they can just speak a dialect that you don't fucking understand. Like, obviously everyone knows puto, but I think even Spanish people fucking know that, like, puto is like, Like, there's more probably sophisticated ways to say it. I learned that, like, bad words is like, and swearing isn't really, I don't know, it's kind of an American thing. Like, it's not going to look, like, there's, like, swear words in, like, certain languages I've picked up, but they're, like, no one's going to take you serious. It's not as insulting. Now, there's cultural things that you could say that would be more like, culturally, there's things that you would say that sounds, like, goofy in America, but, like, it'd probably be pretty bad in, like, native language. There we go. They'll say more slang. Not just even slang, just different like Spanish has a lot of dialects. I had friends from 2 different countries that speak Spanish, and they're like, "Oh, these words don't mean this like the same in our language." So they're like, "I can understand, but it's not. It's not as straightforward." I should find a way to get my blog. Not NetBird. Oh. Maybe I need some monitoring. I've heard good things. I've heard good things about, not Midnight, Bezel? Let's do that. Let's put it in PV2. Show. Okay. Nope. Default install. Should be good. What is it? Oh, I think I have to add the permissions for NFS there. One, two, 2, 3, 5. Okay. They all know I use my phone so they don't talk in slang. Yeah, that could be it. They're like, this man might. I use. Do you use free and open source language searching like Libre Translate, the based language translation? I tried it, but it's slow. You gotta run it local, man. Okay, let's see. 168090. 168090. Let's see. No, not inspect element. Let's see. Wow. Add system. Okay, so it's kind of cool. We could do Proxmox cluster 192.168.1.35 8006. I think I gotta. Nice. Okay. And this will give me more monitoring. So CPU usage, memory, disk, load average, temperature. I think it even tells you when updates are going through. In the smart benchmark, all containers. Based actually. I've heard good things about Bezel. Tells me the temperature, services failed, 0, agent. Ooh, I could do webhook push notifications. I wonder if it could be a Discord webhook. YAML config, general. Oh, nice. And no GPU. It even says there's no GPU memory usage. This should have. Oh, and it tells me all the system services. Crony. I will be setting up my own NTP server. Once I get my KVM should be coming in soon, which would be kind of awesome. Because I already racked all my pies and I don't want to undo them. Definitely one of the better monitoring services. Interesting. Wow, and it gives me graphs too, and dark mode. It's kind of sick. Oh, and you can erase everything. Is that an eraser? Maybe not. And it shows me my bandwidth. Netbox is definitely one of the other ones. It's like this. Ooh, there is Netbox here. It's called It's pretty much the source truth for everything in your network, from physical components like power systems and cabling, virtual assets like IP addresses and VLANs. Network automation and observability tools depend on Netbox authority of data rolling out configuration. There's also Nut Server I want to set up. It's a small dashboard network for UPS tools. It provides web integration and monitor managing UPS devices. I have a couple UPS devices. This would be the next one. Oh, there's a Libre Speed version of Rust based, actually. But the default interface is 8080, which is not based. Oh, nice. I can virtualize MikroTik. Self. Nice. Speed test tracker is a speed test tracker self-hosted application that runs scheduled speed tests like the Ookla speed test CLI, and it saves the results to a database. That's kind of nice. Human Lady Friend wants to work together during the day via video call, and I signed an NDA. I really need the private video call to do so. Code. She's not real. She's going to scam me for money, I promise. Wow, it even tells me how long it's been up. The only thing is Jitsi. Jitsi's like your only option, besides Signal or Simple X. $10 gig? Yeah, I have a 10 gig. I have a 10 gig switch. I have a 10 gig aggregator, really. Jitsi, JISTI would be your only option. I think there's paid and free tiers. I've used it a couple times. It is a lot of work to set up because I set it up once and I was like, I'm never going to use this. Damn you, Port 3000. Damn you. Ooh, OpenSense. I can virtualize OpenSense based. Actually. Then there's UpSnap. UpSnap is a self-hostable web app that lets you wake up, manage, and monitor. Yeah, Wake on LAN is kind of insane and kind of cool. Definitely one of the cooler things if you've never used it. Homer is probably what I'm going to use. Ooh, 75. I like when they pick different ports, guys. And they think of you. NodeBB is a software powered by Node.js. It supports either Redis, MongoDB, and Postgres. Okay. We're going to put this. How many services does PV1 have? PV1 has 2. I could even... Let's see. We'll do the default. We'll use that. My NFS will be still for a backup. I need to get image back up and running. That would be kind of good. Image was like, I was running it on TrueNAS, but I was like, found it. Thank you very much. Yeah, not a problem, man. Jitsy's cool. It's open. It's open source. It supports end-to-end encryption. The reason that Zoom took over Keybase was because it didn't have any form of encryption. So that's just something to keep in mind. 154. The fuck am I setting up again? Oh, Homer. It'll be right there. The problem is, my dashboard's gonna be all fucked up. So I only have to have 2 things to worry about. And because I'm running my own authoritative DNS server, I'm gonna be able to add. I want to do like I'm gonna set up a reverse proxy and do a DNS challenge to give everything a fucking name because I'm tired of remembering IP addresses. There's too many, especially self-hosting everything. I want to see, once everything is set up in its entirety, I want to be able to see. I might take down my 4Geo and like rebuild it. Maybe GetT. Maybe I might use GetT. GetT was kind of a headache. I'll have like a write-up soon on my blog. Ooh, nice. It's finally up. And I will be having nice start from scratch. Nice. We're just gonna do admin. Analytics. Chrome. CRX NG is going to be the next one as well. So, apps. Integrations, apps, users, invites, apps. Oh. New board? Oh, your boards? Let's do glowing board. Why is it saying it's available? Okay. Switch. I guess Proxmox. Oh. We're going to just do self-host icons. There we go. Hell yeah. URL. HTTPS. There we go. Port 8006. Create and use. Let's see if it works. Damn. Ooh, I gotta save this. I guess. Or maybe I'll figure out Homer at some point. Cool, so that's working. Now, if you've never set up Proxmox, they have these install helper scripts that are pretty nice. Ooh, home page. I'll have to check that out. Actually, let's do a dashboard. New item. Stats of your containers. This widget can only be added with administration privileges. Proxmox. Save changes. Where the fuck's the save button in this bitch? Oh, that's it? That's all it took? God, that's kind of gay. Okay, that's cool. Let's see time and date. Oh wait, Docker status. Oh, maybe it's a permissions. It's always a permissions issue. What do you guys think about Onion Share? It has a chat. I would not use it for chat. Onion Share is cool though. Onion Share is very cool, but the problem is you're better off just, I don't know, you're better off just like encrypting everything yourself. Ooh, we could add another monitor. I've only used it a few times, but I do everything. I do so much stuff locally. It's just, it's not. It's. I wouldn't say it's not a good idea. It's just. I'm not saying it's a bad idea. It's probably a good idea. It's just one of those things. That I would not need. Oh man. Need to edit that. 8006. No HTTP. Ignore TLSS. There we go. Proxmox cluster up. Let's see if we can get 100%, 99.99% uptime, baby. DNS is looking good. Uptime Kuma is letting me know. It's coming along, guys. The data center is real. Don't need that. Don't need that. Pulp will be next. Ooh. What the fuck is it? I'm gonna have to figure out that 2-node thing. Actually, I need to add this to Homer. Alright, that's already based. Based as fuck. And if anyone sent a message in the last like 2 minutes, I haven't. Oh, never mind. Here it is. I was like, if anyone sent a message in the last like 2 minutes, I have not seen a single thing of it. AKA, I accidentally erased the chat. I wonder if I could see. Whoo. I wonder if it'll show me the Portainer. Okay, there's that. Wow, Homer has a lot. Yeah, lots of. I will say that Homer is pretty robust. Pretty based, actually. Probably lots of options too. And with all the options, I should be able to really fine tune it. Uh, pretty sure if I go into my cluster, there we go. I'll be good. This is on 116. Okay. I could even add that. Not even just a homer, but like just in general. There we go. Let's use that. That'll be like monitor. Okay, that's good. Yeah, well, CRXNG will probably be like another thing that I want to add at some point. CRXNG is pretty cool. CRX. This is embarrassing. I wonder if I have been making a mistake by executing it exclusively using Tor browser on Android to look at schizoid cyber blogs on the dark web from the local Wi-Fi millions with a million onion links. Reset phone. No, you're fine. What's embarrassing is the amount of people that are on like X that are vibe coders now. Unironically, they vibe code and push stuff to production. I think that's more damaging and scary to think about. I don't even have a problem with vibe coding. If you know how to code and you use vibe code, then you know how to debug it and you know how where the errors are. Some retard off the fucking internet that doesn't know anything about code that's vibe coding is the problem. They're like, guys, I don't know how to code, so should I start vibe coding? I'm like, no, just fucking learn the basic fundamentals of code and then vibe code. And don't put shit in production. And I saw some moron with literally the most low IQ take was like, guys, if big company is doing this, then it should be good, right? No, that's because they have software engineers that know what they're doing and they can make mistakes and fix these mistakes and see these mistakes where you can't. Just learn how to code. I'm not even saying like as a person who isn't a developer, just learn how to code. Don't be lazy. And put shit in production that people rely on. I love the internet. I do want to find a schizoid blog though. What is it? Torch? Is Torch still relevant? Oh man, I'm not gonna lie. People on Twitter are people on Twitter are fucking retarded. They like live in the internet space for so long that they and haven't touched grass that they. I use ChatGPT versus via code sections to commit comment explanations my code line by line so I don't get full retarded excitement when I'm doing over. The difference is if you know how to code, there's no problem with that. There's not an issue. But learn actually, I joke about vibe coding, and I will never push anything to production because I think it's dangerous, and I think it's actually like lazy. I think having AI in your stack to do things that literally make your life a million times easier when you know how to fix it is not the problem. Like earlier, like yesterday on stream, I was like, I typed in an issue that I was having on my internal network that I didn't want to spend hours figuring it out because it's not important to me. I was like, what's this issue? And I figured it out. Instead of literally scraping through Stack Overflow and arguing with some fucking moron on the internet that's trying to cosplay a sysadmin and told me they work for Red Hat, I just figured it out. And now I take that problem, because it's a problem now, and I do this great crazy thing. I call it documentation. I document my problem so that when I run into it again, I don't have to use AI. If I have no internet and I have no access to the internet, I can know how to fix it now. I think AI has its place. I think it's going to make developers that are already good even better. I think it, like you said, it could. I think vibe coding is okay if you understand debugging and project art. Yeah, 100%. I agree. I think if you know how to debug and you know what's insecure in your code, I don't have an issue with it. It could make you a million times more efficient. You don't have to go to somebody and like make something that's inefficient, like, you know what I mean, and spend more time. The thing is, people are vibe coding and they're like, guys, this is how I'm going to learn. I think if you're doing it inside your home lab and you're just using it as a tool, did they remove my comment? I love making people angry on the internet, though, especially Twitter. I think that's fucking. I'm tilted. This is how you find a wife, guys. You ask them if they like trains. Aw, man. Damn, he deleted it. I love the I love the internet. It's such a great place. It's never done harm to me. Yeah, guys, what's stopping you from coding like this? Super funny. I'll even say that. The internet funny. Man, I would love ooh. Not gonna lie, not gonna lie, the internet is quite funny. It's a great place. I would never leave. This was a lie, by the way. I basically knew nothing all day but code and lie. If you lie to increase disinformation about your shit, using AI intensely for learning rather than asking public forum is very acceptable in my opinion. This is a lie, by the way. But how do I know that that's not a lie? What if you're lying about lying? And you lied. Okay. I want to tell the truth for the sake of the virtue. But what if it's a what if you're lying now? I mean, this is just lieception. You're lying within a lie. Makes sense to not tell the truth on the internet. I think people need I think people Wow, the Free Software Foundation just received $900,000 in Monero. Based! YouTube creates a place where the solo creator can make videos and actually creates an algorithm that forces creators to non-stop produce. Only thing you do is hire people to help. Now you've sold out and become the company. It's true. YouTube has become... This is a conundrum. YouTube has become a shithole in the sense of people don't make videos for themselves anymore. They make it so that they can hire 50 editors and then sell off their channel to some giant, huge... There's actually a really good video on this. And it's kind of depressing because this is like not really new. I mean, I would expect this for like old channels when YouTube was harder to navigate and like make money, and you needed like a sponsored network in order to get paid. But one of my favorite channels is actually owned by a huger channel. And this would have been understandable, like I said, like 10 to 15 years ago. Like a lot of the channels that most people watch, they didn't know that they were part of like a partner network. This is it. Your favorite YouTube channel is probably on. It's kind of crazy and sad. It's 12 minutes. I want people to realize that like YouTube is not what it was like. Oh my god, ads. It wasn't like it was like 10 to 15, even 10, 12, 15 years ago. Ooh, this is going to take a minute.
If you spend long enough on YouTube, there's now a very good chance that a substantial share of your watch time is going to channels partially or fully owned by private equity. Major firms operating in this space have raised billions of dollars.
Yeah, so before this, it was like if you wanted to become a YouTube partner, you had to do a lot. So there was these networks, MLM, like they were kind of like the middleman in YouTube. You would join this partner network within your niche, and then they would take a huge cut, and the contracts would be insane. But they would take a cut, like they would take like 50 up to 50%, and YouTube takes 30% because they give you 70. So you get 20%, 50, yeah, you get like 20%. But they got you the partnership, and they do other things like they get like YouTube like to get rid of strikes and blah blah blah. They're kind of like a management company. They're not as common in the terms of like most people that join YouTube can get partnered in like if they actually upload and they get good watch time, they can get partnered pretty quick. The requirements aren't insane. 4,000 watch hours is like, you know, XYZ. You just got to upload consistently.
Collectively, from companies like SoftBank, Amazon, Disney, Goldman Sachs, and Blackstone, and they are using that money to acquire YouTube channels as strategic investments. According to my own analytics, where YouTube lets me see what my audience watches, some of these names should be familiar to you. Task and Purpose, Veritasium, Donut Media, Simple History, Fern, Fireship, Economics Explained, Mentor, Pilot, Futurism, Astrum, The Drive, and History Hit have all publicly been acquired by private equity.
So think about that. Think about that next time you listen. To a YouTuber that's selling you a product. I just want to point that out.
Outside of the nerd corner of YouTube, some of the biggest names in the space, including Cocomelon, Colin and Samir, The Theorist, and Dude Perfect, have also all partially or completely been acquired. These are also only the acquisitions that we know about because they chose to be upfront with their audience. There's no law requiring these deals to be publicly disclosed, and as you'll soon see, there are some really good reasons why they might want to keep it quiet. So why is this a problem?
Aladdin, en jultradition för alla. Smaka årets nyheter.
I think they also control the amount of ads and when their ads come to them, and it's kind of annoying.
It's easy to say that private equity is just inherently bad, and to be fair, it's had some problems. But
Yeah, private equity also buys up, trims the fat, and then destroys the company and lays people off. That's kind of like the repeating process. The repeating process of it, it's not good. I mean, YouTube has two unique problems. I wouldn't say they're unique, but they're kind of they're not unique, but they're like kind of like core problems. So the first problem with YouTube is it has a it's free. Not everyone's paying YouTube Premium. It's free. The vast majority probably is doing the free tier, or they're like me watching in the browser for free because they're not paying $14 a month to fucking get rid of ads. So YouTube's first problem is it's not really a problem. It is, but it's free. And because it's free, they got to make money somehow, so they serve ads. Ads probably don't pay them enough because they're paying, Mr. Beast $5,000 per second per video because they're out of touch, and they have a lot of money going out. I mean, YouTube could probably bleed money for years to come, and it'd be fine because they have so much money just laying around. They're huge. I mean, like, YouTube's huge. But mainly, the first problem is the fact that YouTube is a sunken loss, but it also is a data mine. So that it's like a loss leader. It's like, yeah, we're losing like maybe like $500,000 a month or a day, like $500K a day operating YouTube, but we make like $200K back in data collection. The second problem is YouTube's ad model is so atrocious that creators kind of have to sacrifice. Now, I think most creators overextend their cost of how they run their business. They hire an expensive editor that just does like 4 to 5 different types of like editing and cuts, and that's kind of worthless. In my opinion, I think it's YouTube and people like put way too much time into thinking about how editing and thumbnails work. That might be just the trend. But if you make good content, like, people are gonna find it, watch it, and then the watch time pushes you further into like the recommendation. And because it gets pushed in the just make good content. You don't need to fucking like. There were plenty of popular YouTubers like throughout history that didn't need to fucking make clickbaity fucking thumbnails and like spend 40 hours on like editing a 12-minute video. Like, I don't know. I just think YouTubers are out of touch with financing, and they take all their money and they put it in the wrong spot. They open up like they get like a fucking like a studio, etc., etc. So they need to take sponsorships, or their expenses are just fucking crazy and they just don't know how to budget. I think that's another part of it. Like, like you don't like if the I don't think the ad revenue is enough for like YouTubers to sustain themselves, but I don't think YouTubers are like really good at financing like budgeting their money as like a self-employer. Like that's all it is. I mean, that's like my general my viewpoint on it. That's another part of it, and because YouTube takes 30%, then you gotta pay taxes. I get it, but don't fucking rely on YouTube as you like pick any other career on the planet, because the problem is we have a bunch of YouTubers that accept sponsorships, and these sponsorships suck, or they have terrible privacy policies, or they're terrible companies ran by terrible people, and they're like, oh, I don't care, I got paid. That's essentially what it is. But then they'll put like humanitarian or like in their bio, they're like I care about people's rights. Like dumb say it, but then they pick like shitty sponsors to entitled lands to promote Fume. I could just name like 10 to 15 really just not good companies that YouTubers are promoting, and there's ones that are promoting right now, and you know they're being sent out to them because like you'll watch 3 to 4 like YouTubers that are in 4 different categories, and they're fucking promoting this product for no reason. And these companies are out of touch too. They just use YouTubers now as free. It's free advertisement for them. They're like, oh, we'll give you an affiliate link. Yeah, we'll pay you $500, or like some dumb shit. That's just my, I don't know. That's just my perspective.
Enough by itself. Instead, what you should know is why private equity firms have suddenly become so interested in YouTube channels, and what these YouTube channels are only to cover their own little software. Lots of medium-sized creators barely scrape by, paying themselves fairly modestly. And in the interest of transparency, even this channel, which now has over 70,000 subscribers, has lost money most months since I started it. Anyway, all of this can be fixed with most months. Even this channel, which now has over 70,000 subscribers, has lost money most months.
And the thing is, like, even if you lose money, find other ways to make money. Quit relying on ad revenue, and quit relying on sponsorships. Sponsorships are shady. They make you look bad, and it makes it look like you don't care about like your consumer. And then people are going to sign up for this dog shit service, like BetterHelp. By the way, all the people that supported BetterHelp when I thought I was fucking retarded, anyways. It's becoming an issue because like YouTube is so heavily consumed. People just kind of like blindly trust. It's also a people problem, but like people kind of like blindly trust what their favorite 160,000 subscriber YouTube channel is.
I started it. Anyway, all of this can be fixed with scale. As creative brands grow, their revenue increases while their costs stay relatively stable. At a certain size, most of these channels can generate strong cash flows and predictable profits, which should make them desire most of their revenue.
I disagree with the revenue and the cost. The cost is, I hear YouTubers what they pay and the amount of overhead that they add just unnecessarily, to be completely honest. I think people even said they shouldn't. They like shouldn't even hire an editor or have a studio. It's kind of like a waste, and it kind of is, because then now you have to make up that cost. Now you're paying for 2 places. Just use your fucking basement or something.
At a certain size, most of these.
I think even Security Now has said this. Like they're like, oh, I would have never. Like I listened to Security Now and they're like, oh, I would have never gotten a studio. This was a mistake. If I would have known that I could have done this from my house, I would have done it.
Channels can generate strong cash flows and predictable profits, which should make them desirable investable assets like any other business, right? Well, not exactly. These operations are incredibly risky, even by small to medium business standards. Most of them depend on a single platform for the majority of their revenue, and these platforms can ban, restrict, or moderate their content overnight, often with little to no explanation. Sunny V2 and about a dozen copycat channels have built their entire career on saying that the algorithm stopped recommending their content, because it genuinely happens so often. On top of that, most of these businesses depend on a single personality to host the content, even if there's a large team working behind the scenes.
This is also true. This is also true. Like, if Linus, even though, like, I think Linus Tech Tips is, like, garbage now, if Sebastian left, if Linus left, Sebastian Linus, if they left, Linus Tech Tips would not continue. It would not exist.
Beings, especially those that share their lives online, can get burnt out.
I think when Matt from fucking Food Theory left, people like had a stroke.
Get embroiled in controversies, or just fall out of favor with an audience that outgrows them. Typically, the wealthy investors and lenders that give money to private equity firms for them to make their acquisitions would be scared away by these business fundamentals. But over the past 5 years, a few things have changed which kicked off the Great Buy-Up. The first major change was that creators demonstrated their ability to scale their own brands to generate profits beyond sponsored segments, audience donations, and integrated platforms. Some of these brands have been very successful, others not so much. Even if Beast Burger and Prime Energy completely implode, they were a test case that showed that real brands can be launched through clowns on the internet.
Yeah, but like Lunchly was like really bad idea, and Beast Burgers.
If that initial success can be paired with
And there's some like shit we don't. YouTube data collection is extremely hostile. Obviously, when your non-account YouTube account accumulate gets together with Google, rapid every aspect of your Android, you may decide to use your phone. Yeah, and also it's a huge like. Let's see. Not even just like the data collection either. The fact that people like sit on YouTube, like
a private equity team that actually
That's like the other part. The retention time is like more than anything. So that like it looks better to advertisers when you have like high view count and like high amount of people like flowing in.
Aladdin, en jultradition för alla. Smaka årets nyheter. Vaniljfars och drömkrisp. Marabou.
Jag är lite osäker på Charlottens för jag vet kanske inte
Men du hade ju Charlottens
stjärtfluss va?
Men min mormor hade någon av dem. Stjärtfluss eller stjärtfluss.
Jag fiskar torsk.
Jaha, 10 sekunder kvar. Det är från brännässlor, men det är ingen hundra.
Another big push that's come from the fact that legacy media, which is large, centralized, rigid, and needs to be broadly appealing, is losing out to millions.
People say legacy media is dying, but like they've been saying this for like years. Like we kind of get it at this point, but YouTube isn't better than legacy media. I'm just saying, like from a fundamental standpoint, YouTube is not any better than at least when I watch my TV that's not smart and I'm just consuming fucking the news. They're not collecting all this shit. That's all it is. And I'm not getting a sponsored ad in the middle of my fucking channel. I'm just getting an advertiser and I get up and I walk away.
Of individual creators.
I'm not watching 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 retards do some fucking dance and then hit me with a sponsorship.
Who are flexible, can make content specifically targeted to particular audiences.
Guys, this is like the 6th iPhone.
Without worrying about tarnishing the reputation.
Guys, this is my 16th iPhone review. Like, I think phone reviews are just kind of fucking retarded.
Of a gigantic media company. These companies now have to fight for advertiser dollars, which are being split over more mediums than ever. Now, this trend is nothing new. Google has been the largest advertising platform in the world for more than a decade now.
It's true.
But another threat these legacy businesses are facing is the competition for talent. A lot of people would rather operate their own YouTube channel over working on something like an old school TV show. Investors in these companies are worried about these threats, and they're putting pressure on company leadership to...
Yeah, but the thing is, like, they don't fucking care. Even if legacy media dies out, they're already like pushing to YouTube anyways. I mean, quite literally. They're already putting their channels on YouTube. They're already getting millions of views. And they can compete and lose.
something about it. One of the central focuses of Netflix's Q1 memo to their investors was reassurance that they are not having any problems finding advertisers, and they presented a better opportunity to creators to make their show through them rather than produce it independently.
I think that's what gives Netflix kind of their edge.
Other other legacy companies have started taking a simpler approach. If you can't beat them, buy them. Even if the business case is not that strong, a company like Disney giving a few $1 million to a private equity firm that specializes in acquiring YouTube channels lets their executives say that they are prepared for the threats that new media presents. Appeasing shareholders is often a lot more important to senior management than making genuinely good business decisions, especially when an investment of a few $1 million is actually quite cheap. Before around 2020, old school media companies were still going about this in their own old school way. They would invest in traditional companies that just happen to have a new media digital first focus. Think of businesses like Vice, BuzzFeed, Mashable, and Fox. These brands...
I believe that a lot of these like went bankrupt. I think media has the highest bankruptcy.
would build their own IP
Oh, of course.
and primarily rely on platforms like Facebook and YouTube to distribute it, but behind the scenes, they were still operated like traditional media companies, with a lot of staff, city offices, and all the expenses that come with them.
That's so... back to my point. That's retarded. Like, just getting an office. I think Vice Media, the people that ran Vice were even like... that left it, were like... that was so dumb. Like, their I think the members that split off and made 404 Media, they like... I think they... I think they said that, like, the biggest part of Vice Media is that the biggest problem is the fact that they did not spend their money well.
Which meant these were terrible businesses. They would burn cash. And
Yes.
They were much...
Right here. They burn... like, I think one of them said, like, they were spending this ludicrous money on just software. Just tens of thousands of hundreds of thousands of dollars on software that they, like, didn't need or use. And remote
more
offices.
expensive to acquire in the first place. Vice Media was once valued at over $5.5 billion. That's an unreasonable valuation for an organization that primarily distributed through a YouTube channel and a Facebook page. These are pages that get similar monthly viewers.
I don't even think that's a bad evaluation. I think the problem was that Vice they're like, hey guys, we're gonna put offices in Tokyo and this and this and this and pay for this software that we're not, like, that's just super expensive. I think what 404 Media is doing different is they're people funded and they're keeping the cost very minimal.
To Atriox's Daily Clips channel. Now, these are not the same thing, but one is obviously much cheaper to operate than the other, on top of being generally...
I don't know who Atrox is, by the way. Of course it's cheaper, but...
more advertiser friendly. The channel Modern MBA did a deep dive into these companies and their respective failures. He did a better job than I could ever do, so instead of retreading the same details, I'll just leave a link to that video if you're interested in that comedy of errors. But the point is, the legacy media companies that wanted to protect themselves against a wave of social media by throwing money at it needed a new solution. Instead of investing in companies to build an...
I truly hope this channel gets bigger exponentially. Please never delete your streams. I listen to them throughout the day in parts, and this channel is a life... Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. No, it's not going to. It's not, as long as YouTube doesn't fucking delete me.
online audience, they could just invest invest in private equity firms that would buy out people who already had an audience. And then there's the private equity industry itself. Over the past 20 years, the scale of private equity operations has increased from less than a measly $1 trillion to over $12 trillion today in America alone, according to Preqin, a data firm who are themselves owned by BlackRock. With this much money to manage, they've simply run out of normal businesses to acquire. New private equity managers who want to start their own funds are entering a very saturated market, and one of the best ways to differentiate themselves is to invest in businesses that nobody else understands. According to public releases, the biggest firms in the YouTube space have collectively raised about $2 billion and borrowed an additional $2 billion on top of that. So it's still quite a small part of the overall private equity market, but that's still more than enough money for it to become an increasingly...
That's crazy. That's a lot. That's a lot of money to be throwing around. And
large part of your home screen.
These are big channels too. It's not like they're small. I mean, Fireship.io sounded like a fucking ad. Kind of is. But what are you gonna do? Not watch them? Well, kind of. You could not watch them. There's not too many big YouTube channels that aren't owned by private equity. It's pretty lame of them. Wow, 3 hours. Base guys, definitely gave you 3 hours of my day. Appreciate everyone stopping by, and I appreciate everyone who has watched the video, so that YouTube not only knows that I'm a real person and I love all their policies. I have zero problem with YouTube. I think they're the best platform on the planet. I would like you to take a gander outside, see the weather, and make sure to walk your snail. If you don't, you're going to have a bad year. And you don't want to have a bad year. Make sure that you comment on the videos so that YouTube not only knows that I'm a real person and I love the platform and I have zero issues with them. I would appreciate you guys to self-host and legally pirate anything that you come across on the internet. It's important to also check your backups and become your own data center.